Okay. I think we should all be here. Let me pull comments up. That should be good. Okay. Yes. Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. I feel
Happy Monday.
Yeah, I feel like it's been a crazy week all around for all people with all things.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Caleb. Hello.
Yeah, this time last week, I was watching you from Johannesburg.
Bit of a hop, skip, and a jump away.
Weird to think that was the case.
Yeah, it's weird, and all the other normal Conlanging stuff last week was weird. Like even George had to not do the Saturday stream. It's crazy.
Yeah, so your stream was unusual because Bib was doing it with you.
That's
then
true.
There wasn't anything on Tuesday. Then on Thursday, I streamed by myself.
Yeah.
And then, yeah.
It was good. Hello, everybody. Hello, George. Hello, Tinguish. Hello, Michelle. I mean, I know your name, but like, I always try to pronounce Oteknor, and I'm like, I suck at that. It's bad. But okay.
It kind of resembles the way that in I think it's in some orthographies for Nahuatl, you get the when you have a labialized coda, I think that they swap the order around.
Mm-hmm.
So like instead of I can't remember how it worked exactly. Oh, I think it was how they write the W, where usually you would write it HU, and then write it UH in the end or something. Bib's probably lurking, and if I've not gone too far wrong, I'm sure it will be fine.
Yeah. No, that'll be good. Okay. So, do you remember what we were doing 2 weeks ago?
Do I remember what we were doing 2 weeks ago? I know that we decided that we didn't assign a meaning to our accusative form. I can see we have this the in the genitive. Which we also don't have a origin for. And if I look in the lexigy, then we weren't going in order. It looks like we had started to do some stuff about fricatives and things. But it's not immediately obvious where we were last time, which isn't a bad thing. Yeah, okay. I'm glad Nemo could verify what I was saying. So my thought was that it would be like if you spelled it CH at the start of a word and HC at the end.
Yeah.
So botch would be, rather than BOTCH, would be, I guess, BOHCC. Don't. I wish I'd never said anything. Now you're going to want to put it in a.
No, I don't want to do it right now, and I'm going to forget about it in one ear, out the other.
Out of mind.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Once you can read IPA reliably, we'll we'll consider that.
Mhm.
So, I think that I want to start, and I'll probably do it in Lexigy, because it seems like using Lexigy helps you out with the understanding how the sound change rules
Yeah.
work.
It works well for my software engineering brain.
Mhm. So, I need to basically I'm gonna switch the root generator into entirely IPA quickly, which is something I probably should have done a while ago. But I don't know. I think that in my head, using IPA tends to I think that sometimes it will take people out of the process a bit because they're so worried about how they pronounce things that you don't just get on with it. But actually, okay, I'm going to delete that and then copy that and then rename it. Okay, so while I'm doing this very boring stuff, have I not got the J in here? So if we go up to the proto language.
Okay. The sound table?
And yes. Yeah, okay. It's because I have yeah, but not J, which is why it wouldn't have appeared anywhere this far.
Okay.
Okay. Pataka, 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 manara, ja, ka, ja, ka, la, ra, ya. Okay, I think that's all right.
Okay.
Done. Okay.
Something, y'all. Hello.
So, what this does mean is okay. Let's put the Zdravstvuyte wieder. I'm like Zdravstvuyte. That's not how you say that. Zdravstvuyte. I did not study Russian. I took one Russian class and learned basically nothing. I am much better at Polish. Vida, okay. I mean, y'all is also foreign to me. If you put the Lexigy on the screen, then I can try and help with what's going on.
Actually, let me do.
We basically, this de-romanizer is literally just to make sure the G's are the same at this point.
Yeah.
So this H cleanup is fine. Okay, so these are some random forms that have been generated, including our new uvular consonants.
Okay.
So,
just a quick warning for everyone, the layout is about to change. Boom. Okay, now it's bigger. Bigger is better for this. Okay, carry on.
It's copyright infringement. It's very nice to be told my pronunciation is good on YouTube. Let me tell you, I think that I've not cured my. I've stopped looking in other people's videos for comments. I think that I craved the feedback on stuff, and now I just leave them alone. But I do try and keep up with the ones on my channel. So, is this how many Luxembers are we? This is the 3rd week of Luxembourg. So, oh yeah, we're halfway through.
Yep, halfway.
So, happy the Ides of Luxembourg are upon us.
Yeah.
So, first of all, how? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so one thing is that using IPA means making a choice between these ones and these ones. I am actually going to go back into our rule and just use a deromanizer to. Oh, that's not what I wanted to happen. So the deromanizer, strictly, it should be for taking things out of your romanization and putting them into however you're putting them in your code. And I need the oh, here we go. This will be useful. So this has the palatal, voiced, and I don't know why I did that. I'm gonna have to go back to my IPA keyboard anyway. And we're just going to make these go to the style that we have described them as in here. So calling these palatal is not wrong per se, because they line up like that in this language.
Okay.
But strictly speaking, these are the ones that we should be using. And when Ib was doing his thing last week, I got the sense that like he was going based on the true sounds, which I don't think is a bad thing. So I wanted to put these in here so that they would be correctly processed. And so if we say stop before the stress rule, then you'll see that truda becomes truda or trulad. However, well, I might need to separately define this because it has this aspiration.
Yeah.
I think that's what's happened, because it knows that that's a in diacritic. Okay. Is that the right word? Is it a diacritic? Yeah, it's a diacritic.
The little H guy?
Yeah, the little aspiration H. Okay, so next step is we have the uvula stops. And do we have any examples of the voiced uvula stop in here? Not at the moment, at least from what I can see.
Okay.
There's one, I found one. It is an absolutely terrible form. Like genuinely horrific. This one.
Yeah, the part is a little.
Which even with our sound, oh no, that's just stopped before. Okay, so yeah, we're just getting many errors right now. Oh, we're gonna have to, no, we're not gonna have to add in loads more things because we're going to make these fit with what we already had.
Yeah.
Now, one thing that I had been wondering about was we do have this rule here, application, that targets the alveolar series, and basically it gets us the tse series. Now, I hadn't done anything with the velas because they basically were like, I thought it would be easier to keep them to get the key and get the chi from our palatal series. But now we have the option of basically we have two consonants that are produced that are post palatal. Seems really silly. I think dorsal.
Okay.
So one thing would be to have basically like, I think when Bib talks about introducing them, he assumes that we would just have all of the uvular consonants merge with the velar consonants.
Right.
Which is one way to do things.
Okay.
And then the other side is basically that we do this conditioning so that the Ks are sometimes palatal and sometimes they stay the same. This here, actually reminds me of like Latin roots, corp. But anyway, I got distracted by notifications, so I've turned those off now.
Fair.
Okay, so I guess the question I have for you really is, would you like more K sounds or more like more ka and ga or more cha and ja?
I feel like ch and ja.
Okay.
I feel like that's nicer.
And I always end up reading the chat too much. We've actually decided not to turn the clusters with L into clusters with yeah, because we decided to keep
Yeah.
I guess. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is say in this affrication rule, we're going to have K, G, and K go to ch. Oh, I deleted more than I needed to. And t in this same environment. And then we're going to just resolve the rest. So uvula, velar assimilation, and a uvular consonant will become a velar consonant. Okay. So I was interested in the schwa lowering thing. So in this rule, we have, I think we did this 2 weeks ago. So when we have a schwa that's stressed, it becomes a. Actually, I feel like having the velar consonants affect that is a bit silly.
Okay.
Wow, things reduced quickly. So quarth became huer.
I mean,
to be fair, I don't. One of the things that's a bit funny is that I think at some point said we don't require an onset, so it kind of makes sense that we allow these vowels in hiatus.
Right.
But we certainly haven't thought about them a lot.
Yeah. That's
so,
true.
I am trying to think what we did, what our goals were, because I feel like there was one thing which was we never decided what the origin of the. Okay, last time we ended by asking Jessie for help, basically saying, how do we
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
evolve the accusative? And then and basically the idea was that if you're using a verb, you use a verb that's super accusative, and if you're using a noun, you use a noun that is very much the object, right?
Yeah.
And so for the genitive, it was basically that you want a noun that is very much like a allative.
Okay.
I think. Was it allative that went to genitive? And then I'm remembering that it's not under. No, for apossessive, it's ablative or benefactive. Home, property, recipient, and thing. It is that thing can be used in all of these places.
Yes. Thing, and then also some sort of object or generic nouns like thing.
Well, that was more for accusative. So
yeah.
I guess there's kind of the question of like how does this is a kind of a very philosophical statement, but how does ownership work in the original culture?
Like whether or not they have like individual like property ownership, like the concept of that at all, or if it's just you don't own, like they don't have that concept culturally.
So I guess what I'm asking you is, what is the kind of prototypical sense of possession? Because, for example, if they give the example of a house, which is in the sense that if something's in your house, it's yours.
Okay.
But if these people are in like a subtropical, like near the equator, then it may not necessarily be that the house is the kind of natural image of ownership.
What if we go with something like, I don't want to go fence because I feel like saying fences is a little like, why would they do all that, right? But what if they had something like cornerstones that marked the edges of like their plots of land and their houses that they would, like their personal ones versus the community owned ones? We could say like within the cornerstones or something.
So I know we have lots of words for different kinds of stones. Like, what sort of stones would this? I guess we could. Oh no, we do. Here we go. We have a word for stone.
Okay. Yeah.
So at which point it may not be that stone is the word we want to use, but corner.
I like that. Within the corners.
So where does this fit?
Should I switch us over to the doc or?
Yeah, why not? Well, this is it's kind of a funny one because I think we're gonna end up going back and forth. So corner is gonna be, well, we're aiming for Z as the form, but you could make it slightly longer if you then reduced it.
Okay.
But if you're all right with Z, we can just leave it at Z.
Yeah, I think that works. And then we can add a note that possession term within the cornerstones marking property.
And I don't know if we want to worry about this in the Spanish sense. You know how, so in Spanish, there's two words for corner. You have rincón and you have esquina.
Okay.
Rincón is like the internal corner, I think. And then
Mm.
esquina is the external one.
Hmm.
I'm
I
really
feel like we
worried
can
that
just be
I
basic.
flipped those in my head now. I'm fairly sure that that's the... Yes, rincon is inside. It's like the sense of nook.
Mm.
It comes from Arabic rukun. That's
Ooh.
probably rukun. I don't think that I have a good... I was never going to be good at pronouncing Arabic. I was just surprised hearing so like in the plural it would be arkan. Okay,
Mm.
that sounded more Arabic. I don't know. I'm so bad at...
I couldn't tell you. I don't know. So
Okay. So are we worrying about it or no?
no.
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 Okay.
Mm-mm.
Corner is
Yeah.
so oh, there's stuff going on. Oh, that's this thing. Okay, so I'm looking at the Lexigi and I've got distracted once again.
Okay.
And the thing that is distracting me is that we have an error because of the syllable structure.
Mm.
Now, we can't ditch the syllables, I don't think. I mean, did we actually ever... We never defined anything on a syllable level.
I don't
I'm
think
very
so.
tempted just to... If we... Oh, yeah, this is fine. Nothing's broken. Okay. Let's just go with this for now.
Okay.
So, um, do, do, do. Why? I've just forgotten everything I've ever thought of in my life. We're gonna look at the... Did I ever make... No. That would have been very sensible of me. We currently, last time I picked out some words and we were looking at the cases that they would
Mhm.
take. So
Yeah.
we have depa, which is coffee.
Mhm.
We have lujik, which is papaya.
Mhm.
We have larchi, which is bananas.
Mhm.
I don't know why I said that like that. I would always say bananas.
I was gonna say it
We
sounded pretty normal to me, but
marach, which is sweet potato. And I want some kind of odri glirga chekle aklark upi. It's not like the others, but we'll go with appel, which is mist.
mhm.
Now, do you want me to do the cases next to each other, or like cases together, or words together?
I would say words together.
Okay. Are you showing the doc or the Lexigi?
Lexigy's up right now.
Okay. So we add a final O for our accusative.
Mm-hmm.
And we add a ZI for the genitive. So I think we are going to have to do some sort of vowel-y stuff today.
Okay.
Because we can't be having the bow.
Yeah.
I do like Debsy, although I feel like it would be Debsy.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see that.
And I need to rewrite some of these because they don't work in the system. Okay. So let's have a look at this. So at the moment, we actually add a schwa, which is at the end if there's a final liquid. So I think that it's when you have a cluster, which is a liquid followed by a stop.
Okay.
And I'm looking for an example. It doesn't look like there are any in the words we already made.
Okay.
There is one, which is in ekalp, which is
Full.
aubergine or eggplant. So R and Z. So that's not showing up there either. So this echal, 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 echal. Okay. Oh well, I'm not sure what's going on. It's fine. I'm sure we did it with a reason, for a reason.
Totes.
So I'm going to. We want to keep Debba. I don't think we want it to be just Deb. I think it means that like Depo, which is currently going to Debo, we want to lose the schwa, and we have this schwa lowering here. Oh,
hold on 1 second.
It's okay. I'll man the ship. So if we want to try and maintain the length, one thing that could be interesting would be that where we have these rules that happen between vowels if we say schwa los and say that schwa goes to nothing and
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Just as a warning for everybody, there is now a sick child laying on my floor.
And well, I guess if it's in that position, it would always be, we just called it stress 2, didn't we? Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Ooh.
I'm still here. She's walking past.
Okay.
Go on.
We can do this as a podcast episode.
I'll just, my camera may randomly, okay. She has like a big fever today and she's been home and, just woke up for a nap, and my husband had been home, but then he went to pick up the other kid. So she woke up, and sick kids, when they wake up, are sad.
So what this has done is I mean, I don't know if it's the most interesting choice, but basically where we have a schwa followed by a vowel, the schwa is lost and this secondary stressed.
I think it's fine.
And we may actually want, can you write a then rule in here? It looks like it. So basically what we then say is that vowel plus stress 2 becomes minus stress 2. So it loses secondary stress when it's vowel plus stress there. So we have deba, debo, depsi. Although this is where it's like I think that I'm looking at the document again. I think that our rules for the locative are so sporadic that actually I don't think that we were going to get a neat pattern of just the one vowel changes the following ones.
Yeah.
So I'm all right with this.
Yeah. It doesn't bother me.
So I think that really what this runs us towards is how we do the geminates. And I know that we already had some stuff. See, we have geminate simplification after a consonant here, which is basically because we had a lot of like gemination coming through that didn't sound so great.
Yeah.
Although I'm a bit worried that I've done that and it's going to reflect on the language.
Um, yeah, I mean the note one note I have is like a specific rule for the note for adding it with stops in particular to simplify some of the sounds, which at least like those specific examples look like they would be nice. At least the first one. But I'm trying to see if we have any of those here. Because the CH has to be is a separate thing still here.
Where are the examples that you're looking at? Here we go.
You see it? Okay. I'll flip us over to that real quick.
So we have this structure where we have mixed clusters with places of different articulation. We have the sonorants with the H. So, I mean, the example that I always think of is the sound changes between Sanskrit and Pali.
Okay.
Which probably isn't very natural if you aren't someone who's studied Buddhism, or I mean Buddhism really, because you end up going between Sanskrit and Pali quite a lot.
Okay.
So basically the consonants tend to assimilate a lot.
Okay.
So and yeah, Tavi, we are not okay with shz.
Yeah, I was just looking at that like, I need to like pull that up so you remember that one.
So going one by, like, I think the clear thing here is that we need some kind of voicing assimilation.
Okay.
Probably from it's one of these things where if I were doing this and I didn't have anyone watching me, I feel like I would just kind of fuck up. And I don't know how family friendly this. Like I'd play with the forms until I found something that I liked.
Right. Okay.
So it is going to be worth. See, I was also thinking about these HR clusters, right? So if we do a progressive voicing assimilation, we can also then say that these H's devoice the R's, perhaps. I mean, it's a bit strange because you probably wouldn't do it with the it's annoying because we have a whole load of weird stuff happening, and we've got so much because we take these. I say we take these gaps. I feel like you've been more consistent than me recently.
I don't know about that, but okay.
So I'm just kind of like, my brain's just going like, what is going on? So this is why I tend to just go through forms and try and work out what the best way to fix each one is.
Okay. I
Which
mean, we can do that.
probably is not the best way to do this, but it's the way I do it.
That's fine.
So with Depsy, there's a world where the P goes to be still, at which point maybe this schwa deletion should actually come later. It would mean that we get, rather than, so if we move this rule, and we can actually do that without losing too much. So if we put this rule after these two rules that affect the intervocalic things, then we get Debsy, and I can't work out what else I should have been looking at. I don't know if there is anything else in this list that would have changed. We basically would be looking for something that is vowel and then a voiced consonant and then vowel. Where are the... So now that we have tabs, oh, here we go. Okay. So I guess Lidi works, tail. Not that I think I'm properly going to be able to remember what all of these were. So we have Lidi, Lidio, and Lidizi. So actually, because that's a I, we wouldn't, this is making me think that maybe we should make more things schwa if it's not stressed, and then we can lose them.
Okay.
Although that's going to, that would probably cause a lot of things to merge, which might not be the best idea.
Yeah. At some point, we should also add cave in there because it's gross looking.
Cave?
Yeah.
Where's cave?
Just lower down the list from tail.
Okay. So, see. So, I think this sounds very Italian. So, cave has become Fisoguerra, Fisoguerrao, Fisogerazzi.
Yeah, that does actually work way better than I thought it would. I was expecting it to be like, you know?
Sorry, Fisogerazzi, Fisoguerra, Fisoguerrao, Fisogerazzi. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lidi is now Lizzy, Lizio, Lizzy, Lizizi.
I like that. Okay. That's fun.
So Echkalf, which was eggplant or aubergine from what I remember. So this at the moment is Echral. Echralfo, Echralpzi. So this LFZI really doesn't sound good to me.
No.
Now, I think part of that is the voicing. So let's use this as our tester then. So would you prefer it if it was halvzi or halfzi? Or there's the other option would be that because there is the L, this would be halvzi. But if you had so for example here in marashzi, then this would be, so first of all this sh would devoice the Z, which would make it marashzi, and then it would geminate, so you would have marashi.
I like that. I like that.
But do you like marashi more than marazzi?
I like the Maralzi. The Zeds.
Let me double check actually how that rule works. Okay, yes, you would expect marazzi.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay, so we are going with regressive assimilation, and we're doing it with obstruents, I guess.
Okay.
And I think I moved that rule with the schwa loss, and then I didn't worry about it afterwards. But I think that that actually matches what we are going for now.
Okay.
I am going to check the comments in case everyone is no one is screaming, crying, throwing up.
No. No.
So we've lost the schwas. These aspirantized. There's an extra schwa being added. That's being lost. This is causing the lengthening. Then this is happening. I'm just going to put it here because it needs to come before a sibilant assimilation rule.
Okay, that works.
Which I also am going to need to do that now. So basically this rule currently doesn't have the voiced option, which is z and z. Going to z and z. And we want voicing relation, and I can't use that one. I have to use this one, and we're going with regressive. So now, how have we defined it? Up here, we've defined it as phonation. So how do you do it? so it would be if it's not so you have to you end up saying not trill, not approx, and then not. Have we got anything else? I don't think so.
Think so either. Yeah.
So that becomes $, and then the nation, if that works, when there and okay, so are we ready for gluigzy to become gluigzy?
Yeah.
Not what we were expecting.
Oh.
So what happened here? I haven't. Have I not written this correctly? Oh, I need to say consonant.
Okay.
In both places, I think. And yes, gluigzy. So debo, debo, debzy, glui, gluigo, gluigzy. So this is where plushy, like I feel like this could just go to plushy.
So how would that change? It would.
So rather than having an R there, so like plushy,
Plushy.
it would be plushy.
Plushy. So
it would basically
emanating or just
mean,
dropping the R?
Let me try and say it correctly. So basically you take the length, because you have two consonants,
Yeah.
plushy, and then you would turn it into two of the same consonant, plushy.
That would work for me. Yeah.
Okay. We actually already have this R stopping rule here. So if we call it assimilation, the thing is the R it's not we'll just, and we could even just do it everywhere, basically. It would basically mean that where you have an R followed by a consonant, you would get a geminate.
Okay.
So it would mean less sa and za is the trade-off. But you can always get more of that. We can get that from the well, if you then do that, then you end up with less geminant. Like there's always a trade that you're making.
Right.
Disallows resonance before post-alveolar fricatives. Post-alveolar. It doesn't sound wrong. Anyway, I did want to check the The other thing is that I think that if I did that, it would. So maybe we only do it with obstruents. So that would mean so obstruent gemination, and this would basically say, I mean, we already have a so R becomes consonant number 1 when it is before a consonant which isn't a well, so do you like the sound of arla, or would you prefer it to be alla? Arla, arla. This is really bad because I can't pronounce the trilled R. Arla or alla.
I think I like the arla better with the R in front of it, which I can't pronounce the trill either, but.
Okay, so not a prox and not a trill. And that's number 1. So, flashy, flashio, flashizy, mara, marajo, marasho, marazzi, abe, abelo, abelzi, ehra, ehral. I really need to lose the H's there, but it could just be that we lose the H before a voiced
Yeah.
A voiced section. We'll do it after the voicing assimilation because I think that makes sense. So H lenited in voiced and by. This isn't the nicest way to name rules, but you can always come back to it later.
Yeah. We also have the suggestion that we could do an HR to an RR.
Yes, we already have RH to RR, but we could actually do it both ways, which I don't know how natural it is. I guess Pali comes close to that, so why not? Let's lean into the Pali of it all.
Okay.
So we put the H there, we put that back, and we want the number 1 there, and we want this here.
Okay.
So now instead of erralfo, we have erral, erralfo, erralzi. Lizi, lizio, lizizi. We do have this situation where we have a distinction between a alveolar followed by a yod, so zia, which is distinct to zha. But I'm actually not, there's nothing here now that is particularly bothering me, which I think is an achievement.
I would agree with that.
It's probably worth checking on all of these vowel combinations.
Okay.
So we've checked with A and we checked with schwa. And this is with I. So you get the y plus yo rather than, and so check A, I, schwa, Oh, is copyright infringement's actual name George as well? Or did I just interpret you as saying that that was what George had suggested?
Oh no, that was for George earlier. I don't know if copyright infringement is also a George.
Oh, okay. It sounds like we're talking about the actual phenomenon of copyright.
It's okay.
So, obsidian is pibarku. You didn't. I think I'm just hallucinating at this. So that's a U, and did we check O already? I don't think we did. Coda O, final O, I mean. So double O and C. So
I don't think so.
So, we can worry about some of the. Actually, no, I don't want to worry about it later. I'm gonna basically have to rewrite this again with these, and there's probably there must be a easier way to do it than this. But I'm gonna do it this way.
Okay.
That's not what I wanted to do. And then I want that and that and that and that. Why won't that change this for me? So, oh, it's because this happened after those formed. So, will this fix it?
Ooh, Tabby gave us a Lexergy alternate way to write it that we could consider. Features palatal to alveolar / precedes palatal.
That would work for the fricatives. I don't think it would work for the affricates the way I wanted to be. Yeah. There is on this idea of copywriting recipes, there's a very interesting example a few years ago now where a relatively up and coming chef had basically the chef had was doing well on social media, published a cookbook, and then it turned out that a lot of the personal stories were incredibly similar to so the stories were very close to the ones in a book that had been published in Singapore, and this was about Singaporean food specifically.
Okay.
And I don't think that legally very much was done, but there was enough social media outrage that so much was similar across the books that basically like they cancel cultured her in. And often we want to say cancel culture is bad, but in this case, it was cancel culture was the extra legal way for people to be able to say, actually, this book is far too close to this other cookbook.
Mm-hmm.
And it was funny just because, well, funny is the wrong word. It was an interesting thing to watch happen at the
Okay.
time because of these kinds of sayings like, oh, you can't actually um, uh, you can't copyright recipes because obviously you can't prove necessarily that this author didn't have very similar upbringing to this other author, but
Mm-hmm.
it was the combination of everything that made you think, oh, they probably um, used it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
On the language front, um, usually when you make one for TV, you do it as a work for hire.
Okay.
And so I'm always slightly unsure quite what I can and can't include in things. I tend
Mm.
not to, especially because none of what I did made it into the film. I feel a bit weird including things that would basically be revealing the original script.
Yeah, I can see that being weird.
Mhm. So I'm glad that like modern Pankashku is basically unrecognizable other than like some of the root words, and I didn't include them.
Mm,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
And yeah, I had to sign an NDA, but which was why I was excited when the thing came out, because then I thought if it was shown, then I could have just revealed it. But because it's never been shown, I'm not really sure.
Yeah, that's murky.
Yeah. Not that I imagine there's a huge interest in making a follow up to Madam Web.
I mean, I'd watch it. I probably wouldn't
Uh,
follow it, but I'd watch it.
okay. So, the reason that this hasn't done anything is because I didn't include the actual cases that I was interested in.
That would do it.
That would have helped.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so it would be Tsetse and Chicha going to. I probably shouldn't have written it out like this. Anyway.
Okay.
Mommy.
This is probably like really annoying for you to watch, but I'm sorry, this is how I'm doing it. Yeah. Okay. That's done.
Okay. The little sick girl is now with her daddy. Ooh, that's cool, George.
Well, I also found out that I think I talked about this on Thursday that I watched the Madam Web behind the scenes thing. I found it on YouTube, and they
Mhm.
didn't include any of the scenes they shot in Mexico.
Hmm.
So I've started to wonder whether things in Mexico went really badly, and that was
Oh.
why nothing that I did was included. Um,
Huh.
because I think everything that they ended up including in the scenes that I had written stuff for seemed to be like they could have done it in a set. What went
Mm.
well in Madam Web? I I don't really know. I just wish that my Conlanging story wasn't so tied to it. I
Yeah.
I think that I built it up in my head a lot, and now it's just kind of it's fine. Um, so um, doo, 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 we have the or and or. So one option here would be that you say um, you could say very early on that you don't allow the well, the thing is, if we say we don't allow the OO sequence, we probably end up building something into it. My
Yeah.
suggestion would be using the yeah,
Yeah. Oh,
and you would end up putting it really early on, and you would just be something like hiatus resolution. Not what I wanted. Why won't they ever let me do what I want? Um, there we go.
Mm.
And so you say nothing becomes a J when you have a vowel and a vowel. And that J has obviously disappeared in a bunch of places. It has made ua and well, it's done two different things. We have pizuo,
Mhm.
and this is just because of the number of syllables. It's not actually all that interesting.
Okay.
So if we look here, we have pidoyo, pidoyo, fizoyo, and then we get to the yod coalescence, and the oi becomes a u, and you get fizuo.
Hmm. Okay.
And I think we're fine with the uo because
Yeah.
I think the uo shows up in other places as well.
Mhm.
This does mean that yeah, so this adds the here in where you have the final schwa. So you
Mhm.
get deba, debyo, debzi.
That works.
Glui, gluigo, gluigzi, plashi, plasho, plashizi, mara, marasho, marazi, abe, abello, abelzi. I think it all sounds nice.
Mhm.
At which point, if we go back to the document and we go to the cases. So when you have no vowel, it does tend to stay O. And then I mean, you can just go kao, kio, kuo, a, I, u, o, keo. And when you checked with schwa, it becomes just yo. So, keo. So A becomes AO with a E and it becomes yo, and with a U and an O, it becomes uo.
Okay.
Which means that with compared to the locative, a word that ends in O, so we can use the pido as our example. Oh, not what I wanted to paste. So we can put in the final yat. So the difference between the accusative and the locative is the O vowel versus the A vowel, which I think is quite fun.
Okay. Yeah, I like that.
So you have fizo, fizuo, fizozi, and fizua.
Okay. That's kind of fun.
So the Z doesn't really do very much as far as I can tell. It basically ends up Z everywhere. But with the so it becomes, it will add voicing and then stay Z here. And then this is still Azi, Ezi, Ozi, Uzi, Easy. And then this, it becomes Z, it's the same as this basically.
Okay.
Because the schwa is triggered to be lost there. Okay. So this is your last chance to get a lot of something somewhere. Because this is the dative. So this is like the last of our main cases.
Let me switch this over there real quick.
So if there's a particular Italian word that you would like to emulate, this is your chance, basically.
Definitely not something we've done a lot of already. Which I feel like already those are pretty good ones.
Well, it probably, I was gonna say it probably shouldn't be coronal, and then I was thinking of ta, because you get a lot of ta in
yes, ta
in Italian words.
I'm here for it.
And it's different voicing, and it's a different manner. So I am just going to flip this over with all the z's. Or maybe I should do it on the o's. I'll do it on the o's.
Okay.
Because the z's will give us a reasonable insight into the I guess I'll do that. So Depata has become Debda, which I don't think we want.
No.
But we can keep having a look here.
Okay.
So we have glui, gluigzi, gluicta,
That's
which
okay.
should probably become gluita.
Yeah, yeah.
And we have plashi, plashida, plashizi. So where you have a final vowel, it will become ida rather than ita. Because it's if you're good with ida, ita alternation, that's good. So, this is very fun. So we have Mara, Marashta, Marazi.
I like that.
Abe, Abelta, Abelzi, Eral, Eralfta, Eralvzi. So the ta, if the ta I don't love, although I'm willing to keep it for now.
Yeah, I eventually want us to get rid of it.
The fta?
The ufta, yeah.
Ufta. Okay.
Mm.
So I assume you'd like F in other places.
Yes. I think it'd be good to sub Fs.
Okay. This is where maybe we need to get that syllables back. So what I'm gonna do is so this is kind of a proto structure here. But if we want to kind of make it work for what we have now, the key thing is that this can be basically, as long as it's not a stop or a fricative. Do you call them fric or fricative? Fricative.
I think so. Yeah, I think it was the full one.
Then I oh, optional. Okay. So do we have any other things that are sad? No. Everyone's fine. Everybody's fine. So the thing I'm thinking is basically before all of our HE stuff, which I think starts here, we basically say coda F lenition and say that F goes to H when it's in the coda, which, where was it? It was here. Eralta, eralzi. So it means that we don't get the LZ.
Okay.
But if we
That's okay.
If we do put the, let's go for the whole case structure for this one.
I think you should go past. Yeah.
Where was it? So
yeah.
Here we go. So we have erral, eralfo, eralta, eralzi, eralfia.
Okay.
So the F comes up in 2 of the forms, and it's lost in 3 of them. Which I don't know how. Well, it's naturalistic because we have defined it this way, basically. So I think that the gemination so at the moment we're only doing it with R. But I kind of feel like if it's a stop, it should also happen, because the stops basically would reduce and then be associated with the lengthening.
Right.
So it does reduce a lot of the clusters. But I think that if we write them out in full, you'll see where some of these go. So like glujik becomes glui, gluizi, gluita, gluigo, gluicha.
It's kind of fun.
But we keep marashta, and we keep the clusters with L. I'm glad Nima can see the Echtalp again.
It's a winner.
I think I keep getting surprised by the chi and the chu. But I have to remember that we now have kita, kuta, kota, and kata.
Yeah.
Will be kita, kuda, koda, kada. So it will be minus voiced ta, and then ada, adi, odi, udi, idi. Oh no, why would I keep making it E, but yeah. And then With the schwa, you would then do it the same as up here. So we may or may not have actually finished the case system, which may or may not be the end of the sound changes. My suggestion is just to put in a load of random forms and make sure that there's nothing horrible coming out.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is make a new thing that's gonna be case, that's just gonna have the basic forms of the cases, which is o, ta, yat, and z.
Okay.
And rule word, which is going to be a randomized root followed by a case marker. And we're going to look at 50, and it's going to be a bit overwhelming.
Okay.
But we're going to go through one by one and just check everything. So we've already got errors. Great. And Grorgreta is it Grorgreta. It
Yeah.
actually sounds quite Italian already, if not for the uvulas. So El Gur becomes El Gur, which I think makes sense. Otiat becomes Odzia. So this is, so we also have this Jia versus Ja, which are you all right with? Ja versus Jia.
I mean, the first one sounds better, but I think it's okay.
Well, we can shift it so that they all become the first one.
Okay.
So they all, okay, we'll do that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Yod coalescence to electric. And basically it just means palatal note. So alveolar plus sib followed by a yod will become palatal minus sib.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
You love that one.
So it becomes oja. So we managed to randomly generate habeo for all of the Latin. Okay, so we've ended up with a situation where we have we have 3 G's in a row. That's why they were unhappy with us.
Could we just have a general rule that if there's ever 3 of something, it just goes to 2? Like,
yes. So after obturant germination, so before that, it's grorgreda. So so it would basically be number one, number one, number one. Oh, no, you would just say that goes to nothing when it's before 2 of itself.
Brilliant.
So, grogreda, 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 grogreda.
Okay. It's a little wonky, but I'm into it.
Grogreda. Zúža.
Zúža. Okay. Zúža.
Hadelzi. Alulsho. Alulsho is a little bit weird.
The L to the sh.
L-esh.
Yeah, it is a little it's weird.
Which we could do so L well, how would I describe the rule I'm thinking of? What I'm thinking is that we say the L is particularly pulled but towards the, so maybe like lateral palatal assimilation, basically. And it would basically be L and then palatal. It goes to no, the best way is going to be to say L goes to number one when before palatal. Number one. Alusho. From aklulcho. Klalullo.
Okay. And then our whatever that says there.
Yes.
Z. Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, it's because this schwa is lost. Is what's happened.
Yeah.
So one thing that could help would be some kind of R coloring, although Turkter you have kind of two solutions. There's one that says actually this schwa needs to be stronger.
Okay.
Just for comparison, I'm gonna make the forms. So the basic form right now is srulser.
Okay. Okay.
This sra is not very Italian, but if you like it, we can keep it. If you don't like it, we can do something else.
Kind of hate it.
You kind of hate it?
Kind of hate it.
Okay. So, part of the issue that I have is that my main fix for a lot of these things is just to turn them to palatals. Turn them to palatals.
Yeah.
But okay. Do you like strul? Like stru?
Stru. That's fine.
This is going to be a bit funny.
Okay.
So it's going to be stop incision. So I want nothing to go to I guess a stop matching phonation when you have a fricative well, really I want this may be easier for me to actually just write out.
Okay.
So I want S and Z to become. And do you like zda?
Sta.
Like zdra.
It's fine.
We can just do it with S, but do you like? The other question is, do you like zra?
Zra. It sounds very Russian to me, but that's not necessarily a problem.
It is going to sound quite Russian. I am going to try and make this sound as. So to make this sound more Italian, I'm gonna kind of butch it a bit.
Okay.
And my answer to you is I don't know if this ever actually happened, and I'm assuming that yeah. Okay. And my other assumption with so to get rid of zra, I think that probably you would just have ZR. So obstruent voicing, sonorant lengthening. So let me think about how this would work. So I specifically want zra to become ra. So I think this is kind of weird. I don't know why those would behave the same. But I think zla, 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 zla. It's basically saying that this Z, because it's voiced, is close enough to the nasal and the liquids that it does this assimilation.
Okay.
This is, and I'm gonna have to. This is so annoying having to include this syllables stuff. I'm just gonna say you can have a random S there, which is
sure
fine. No, it's not fine. I'm gonna have to say it's that, or we randomly allow st there. Okay. I think what kind of has to, so the issue is really that we have the inclusion of the liquid there, and that liquid can, like, you see it in a lot of Indo-European forms where these regain the schwa.
Okay.
But
That could be interesting.
the easier way to do that is going to be basically to say when there's not a following liquid. And now what's the issue?
It's just the 3 consonants, right?
I think it doesn't like these two rules together. And there's a specific way. I don't know if it's this. There's a specific way that you can basically cluster there might be someone who remembers, and the answer is I can't see it right now. So where is the, I can't see the documentation.
Who knew?
Documentation. Oh, it was under help. Okay. So under cluster. No, let me check environment. I'm sure this is fun for everyone at home watching me panic how to stack a. Okay, so
Exception and conditioning, and you were doing it right?
Exception and conditioning, and I was doing it right. Okay. Oh, it's because the rule only looks at vowels. That's why.
Oh.
So there might actually be another way of doing this, which is where you say don't only look at vowels, and you are allowed one consonant, but you're not allowed two.
Okay.
Yes, here we go. So that's fixed that. What's the next problem?
JR cannot have another R.
Strurseir. Let me check where this comes up. I'll check both of these. So we're looking for the error message. So it's after obstruent germination there. And it's because it's Z. No, this is defined as a unit here. That starts with Z, can continue with Z. Still said Z. Obstruent germination. So is it unhappy with what it's trying to do? So I'm a bit confused what the issue here is. And then there's also this thing where it's fine with Serbia, but not with Seira. But it feels like the thing it doesn't like is that it won't allow the geminate R there.
Okay.
Which its metathesis is, we have the geminate simplification here. It might be that this needs to be actually like this, so it applies in both situations.
Okay.
Well, this only happens with liquids though, actually. So if we do it with it's going to be easier just to type R and LL goes to R and L. When there's a following consonant, because that's really the only thing that's bothering this system.
Okay.
So this is because of this syllable structure, and we're in the trial and error fixing stage.
But we almost fixed all the cases, which while you're looking at that, I can pop that up real quick.
So still said Z. Like part of me wants to just stack another than, be like, well, no, because said Z.
Because we just need to drop the extra Z, don't we?
Like a stop plus sub followed by a fricative plus sub should be stop minus sub followed by a stop plus sub. But I don't know if this will actually fix this. Did it fix it? No. And then what if I make this its own rule? So,
Tabby says, I think the problem is an order of declaration thing because Lecturgy is wanting to treat DZ as DNZ rather than DZ.
So does it think that there isn't what I don't get is why did I end up having to separately declare affricates last time? No. Okay. I guess the error is the reason. No, I would have to include the fix within the thing if that was what the issue was.
Okay.
So,
Tinguish says, if you have D and Z coming together through vowel loss or assimilation, you'll need to do an affricate recognition rule.
Is that what's happened here? I guess so.
I mean,
yeah, that's what's happened. Or is it Cerci? Okay. It's from this R stopping, isn't it? Okay, so how do I make affricate recognition work?
Okay. Tabby is now saying you might need to swap the order you've declared the affricates in the syllable declaration to before the stop and fricatives.
Okay. You mean symbol declaration, right?
Oh, Tinguish is apparently looking for the rule they had to use to fix it. So we potentially have help coming.
Okay. Does that fix it?
It's already 5:09, but like I'm hoping we could fix this.
I mean, I think this is more of a coding issue than a language issue.
Okay.
So I'm. Ooh, that doesn't seem good. We have a word that's just yeah.
That might be a problem. Yeah. I mean, that is just, I don't know. Is that a problem?
It's not great. It starts off as iyayat, and then it goes iyayat, iyayas, iyaya. And then the yod coalescence rule is so aggressive that it goes from iyaya to yeah.
Yeah, well, we can always take a look at that maybe next time. Maybe next time we'll have to be like finalizing this and then moving on to the.
I'm I'm just gonna say it's a close front val minus stress, and that should fix it. Yes, yeah, perfect. Okay. I think that this is why these test forms are very useful. Because,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh gosh.
This is what happens when you get 4 consonants in a row.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, go. I hope your kid gets better soon.
Yeah. Tinglish, put that in there. I don't know if we want to save that to look at, but
I will have a look now.
okay.
Yeah. So you have a fricative. Yeah, you can use a dedicated character. It just means that you have to yeah, everyone's saying to use tie bars. I guess we'll end up with tie bars. Well, we can add those between now and then.
Okay.
So, yeah, bye. And I'll see some of you tomorrow.
Yeah, yes, I think all the things are back. LTS is on this Thursday, I believe, right? Like, I think everything's back this week. It is a normal week, right?
I don't know when David and Jesse are back.
Okay. Because I thought they said they were, because they're coming back in the next couple of days, I think, or today or tomorrow or something. I thought I saw them.
They have, yes, they have they have an event for episode 808 after their Finno-Ugaric hiatus.
Okay. Cool. George is normal. Love to hear it. Great. And then we'll be back next week.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, goodbye, everybody. Enjoy December. Goodbye.